Nissan, we appreciate them inviting us to show off some of the technology we have here. This is the hood of the Leaf. This is the paint job that comes from the factory, and then they asked us to paint half of it, as well as that car, with Ultra Everdry. It's a two-part super hydrophobic and oleophobic coating. You put a bottom coat right on top of the paint that's here, and then you put a top coat on. And when we say super hydrophobic, you can see water does on regular paint. That's considered at best hydrophobic, but probably not even hydrophobic. Super hydrophobic gives you this effect. And if you touch that, it's actually dry.
Does that change the aerodynamics at all?
We've not had it in a smoke tunnel to know. So it could, presumably, it could, but
that's slippery.
Yeah. And then this would be mud, and this is one of the reasons why it's self-cleaning.
Wow.
So when you wanted to clean your car, just get some muddy water and clean it off. You'll notice that the mud and water molecules become very round, and that they're actually rolling off of it instead of sliding off like you see here. You can see how the dirt was left, but none of that dirt was left here because the water molecules take that dirt, and it's like the snowball effect. It's going to pick up anything that it comes across, pull it into the water molecule, and then take it right off the car. So that's where the self-cleaning comes from. And then today they were counting on partly cloudy with a bunch of Hershey's syrup, and so we are protected against syrup storms. And that's a slow process.
Where's the ice cream?
Put your mouth under there, Frank. Go on.
Hate to see all that good syrup go to waste.
Yeah.
So this is showing where technology is taking us, and where Nissan at a corporate level now is saying, like, we're all about innovation. Let's check this out and explore it further. So there's going to be more testing and development going on to find out, is this the right answer? If not, we may have the answer here. This is something that could be applied to glass and gives you the similar effect, but it's more durable and it's clearer, or even steel. And they like this because they have a problem sometimes with the stainless steel cars and the trim and so forth. It gets, covered with fingerprints and so forth.
Could it be part of a clear coat?
I think it could. I think it could replace the clear coat, basically. This is being used right now for the Air Force on the canopies of fighter jets. And that's where technology comes
from fingerprints?
We haven't done a lot with that. I can tell you right now, the answer is yes. Just looking at this, unless I don't have any fingerprints. The other thing we're looking at is the outside, it's clean. Now let's keep the inside clean, and you've got an opportunity to consider fabric for the seats or the carpeting that's not only going to resist liquids, but it's going to resist staining. So all of you that have kids are going, oh, I want some of that. And all you have to do is then just wash it off with some colored water, and right, you got to have something that's going to make it even worse. So if you spill wine on it, it comes right off. Virtually any kind of food product is not going to affect it. And then the final thing is you're saying, okay, well, the outside being clean, that's great. The inside being clean, okay, that's pretty cool. Well, what about odors inside? I want my air clean. And so then we're working on the technology. Now, this is all based on nanotechnology. At the end of the year, we'll have an odor removal product available that could be embedded into the fabric, could be embedded into the carpeting on the floor. It could actually be embedded into the air filter, so outside odors coming in would all be removed, and not just covered up with a little evergreen tree on your mirror, but actually it grabs a hold of those melodious molecules and holds them and either adsorbs them, or it catalytically converts them into a non-odorous molecule and releases it. So not only will emissions be clean, the outside will be clean, the inside will be clean, and the air will be clean. So we think that Nissan's onto something here with that sort of innovation coming around the corner. We have a blank canvas, which obviously won't stay blank for very long.
Wow.
Now you're saying, there's the eye. It just took a little bit for it to come. We'll make it fully.
What is that, paint?
That's paint.
How long is the coating expected to last?
It'll last in an outdoor environment with no abrasion about a year.
Okay.
We don't know how long it'll last in a car where you have wind abrasion. That's something that needs to be tested.
Okay.
Indoors, it'll last many, many years. It's like paint. You know, if you don't go up to your wall and scrape your paint off, it's just going to sit there and do its job.
Is it embedded in the manufacturing process? Or is it available as like an aftermarket?
It's more, right now it's more of an aftermarket. It's being used on the underside of four-wheelers and Jeeps and off-road vehicles to keep the mud off.
Okay.
And the wheel wells under the shocks and under the vehicle. So that's kind of where it's right now, and then the top sides are what's being experimented with.